Michael secretly married another woman. Just let that sink in for a second. Angela Deem, who's been through her fair share of drama on 90 Day Fiance, found out in the most brutal way possible. Heart racing, face red, tears streaming, she realized the man she trusted, the man she built her life around, had been living a secret double life. Can you even imagine scrolling through social media or hearing the news and feeling your entire world turn upside down in an instant? How could a marriage survive this kind of betrayal? How do you rebuild trust when the foundation itself was cracked from the start? This isn't just a personal disaster. The ripples hit everyone connected to the franchise. Fans are reeling, other cast members are whispering, and the storyline that millions followed is now tangled in legal battles, social media storms, and questions no one has answers to yet. The fallout doesn't stop with Angela and Michael, it threatens the entire 90 Day Fiance universe. Angela Deem and Michael Ilesanmi's story has been a roller coaster from the very beginning. When they first appeared on 90 Day Fiancé, fans were drawn to the drama of a K-1 visa romance, complicated by an age gap that sparked endless debates online. Angela, older and fiercely independent, brought fire to every scene, while Michael, navigating a cross-cultural marriage from Nigeria, seemed calm, but sometimes distant. Their early seasons were a mix of explosive arguments, tender reconciliations, and enough emotional tension to fill a dozen reality shows. Breakups happened, makeups followed, and fans never knew what to expect next. Every season felt like a countdown to the next bombshell, and Angela's larger-than-life personality ensured cameras never missed a single reaction. The tension wasn't just on screen. Behind the cameras, their relationship was reportedly rocky, with friends and insiders hinting at conflicts over trust, communication, and cultural expectations. Angela often expressed insecurity about the age gap, worrying that Michael might leave or that their connection wasn't strong enough to survive the pressures of reality TV. At the same time, she loved the visibility and opportunities the show offered, and it was clear she had learned how to use the spotlight to her advantage. Then came the shock no one saw coming. Michael allegedly married another woman, while still legally married to Angela. Reports suggest this happened in Nigeria, where family expectations and cultural pressures can be intense. For Angela, this was more than a personal betrayal, it was a public humiliation. The news broke on social media, and fans immediately exploded with reactions ranging from outrage to disbelief. How could someone who appeared so devoted on camera live a secret life halfway across the world? The stakes were suddenly sky high. This wasn't just a dramatic plot twist for reality TV, it was a legal and emotional firestorm. Angela's reaction was raw and unfiltered. She took to social media with posts that showed heartbreak, anger, and utter disbelief. Her fans saw glimpses of tears, shaking hands, and words typed through frustration and hurt. She expressed feelings of betrayal that went beyond the typical reality TV fight, writing about trust broken and a life she thought she shared being shattered in an instant. At the same time, her fans saw a familiar Angela, fiery, unafraid, and willing to call out wrongs publicly. It was the perfect storm of reality TV drama and personal pain, creating a narrative that felt larger than life, but heartbreakingly human. And yet, there's a layer of the story that often gets overlooked. Angela's history on the show shows someone who knows the power of the camera. She has leveraged conflict and attention for years to remain a central figure in the franchise. Her emotional transparency has always been part of her persona, but now it also plays a strategic role. Fans can't help but wonder, is this reaction purely personal, or is there an element of career strategy here? A way to reclaim the narrative and ensure she stays relevant in a franchise where attention is currency. The allegations of Michael's second marriage dramatically raised the stakes. Angela's decision to file a lawsuit claiming fraud and emotional distress adds a legal dimension to the drama that goes far beyond what most reality TV viewers expect. Suddenly, this isn't just gossip or on-camera tension, it's a matter of law, public perception, and potentially career consequences. The lawsuit could redefine how Angela is seen by producers, fans, and the wider reality TV industry. Could this move secure her place in future spin-offs, or will it mark the end of her television journey? The uncertainty keeps fans glued to every update, every post, and every interview. Even while dealing with heartbreak, Angela maintains her signature mix of humor and fire. She's known for her dramatic flair, her pointed commentary, and the way she dominates the screen with personality alone. It's easy to imagine her posting something sharp or sarcastic on social media while the lawsuit unfolds, reminding everyone that Angela Deem never goes quietly. The combination of real emotion and performative intensity keeps the audience guessing. How much of what we see is her true reaction, and how much is Angela, the reality star, making sure the story stays in her favor? There's a hidden layer of fame strategy in Angela's choices that fans are only beginning to piece together. It's part human, part savvy reality TV instinct, and part calculated response to a man who betrayed her in the most public way possible. The intersection of personal betrayal, public outrage, and career calculus is what makes this story so magnetic. While the lawsuit and Michael's alleged second marriage dominate headlines, the history between them makes this story richer, more layered, and endlessly watchable. Angela and Michael's saga has always been about tension, passion, and the impossible dynamics of a televised cross-cultural marriage. Now, with legal action and public heartbreak, it's clear this chapter could redefine everything for Angela, her image, her fan base, and her future on 90 Day Fiance. Fans are left asking, what will happen next, and who will emerge stronger from this storm? Angela's next moves could change not only her TV future, but the way reality stars handle betrayal on national television. Angela's world turned upside down the moment news of Michael's alleged second marriage surfaced. For someone who had already endured years of on-camera scrutiny, this wasn't just betrayal. It was a public humiliation that played out in real time across social media. Her heartbreak was raw and visible, a mix of fury, disbelief, and sorrow. Fans saw her frustration, her shaking hands while typing posts, her tear-streaked face during live streams. There was an undeniable sense that the life she had been building, both personally and professionally, was collapsing in front of millions of viewers. Every post, every story, every reaction carried weight, because Angela's persona on 90 Day Fiancé is both intimate and performative. She makes the audience feel what she feels, and right now, she was devastated. The lawsuit she filed laid out the scope of the damage in stark terms. Claims of fraud, emotional distress, and violations of marital agreements were front and center. In her filings, Angela reportedly asserted that Michael had acted deceitfully, entering into another marriage without her knowledge or consent, while still legally married to her. This action, she argued, caused significant emotional trauma, amplified by the public nature of their relationship. Legal experts following the case noted that fraud in the context of marriage carries serious implications, particularly when one spouse alleges deception for personal or cultural gain. For viewers, it was both a shock and a validation of all the suspicions that had been swirling online. But just when it seemed like Angela's fury had reached its peak, another twist emerged that fans weren't ready for. Michael's side of the story introduces cultural and familial pressures that complicate the narrative. Sources suggest that in Nigeria, where family and community expectations can be intense, Michael may have felt compelled to honor commitments or traditions that clashed with his life in the United States. Some insiders hinted that the second marriage was arranged under social or familial pressure, a factor that doesn't excuse betrayal but helps explain the circumstances. Fans often struggle with this perspective because reality TV thrives on drama and clear moral lines. However, acknowledging these cultural pressures adds nuance and forces viewers to consider motivations beyond surface-level deception. Angela's public statements reveal a mix of pain, anger, and strategic media awareness. She oscillates between raw emotional posts and calculated narratives designed to control the story. One moment she posts a tearful video expressing disbelief that Michael could act this way. The next, she shares a pointed comment reminding fans of her strength and resilience. This behavioral pattern is familiar to anyone who has followed her journey: cycles of confrontation, reconciliation, and then renewed conflict. Each season of 90 Day Fiance has illustrated this pattern, and the current scandal continues that cycle on an even more intense scale. The emotional stakes keep climbing, and just as fans thought they understood Angela's reaction, she drops another bomb on social media. From a psychological perspective, this saga taps into multiple layers of audience empathy and judgment. Fans respond to Angela's vulnerability and authenticity, feeling a mix of anger on her behalf, admiration for her strength, and curiosity about what she will do next. Celebrity behavior like Angela's exposes the tension between human emotion and performative persona. Reality TV stars operate under constant surveillance, and every emotional reaction becomes both content and personal expression. This dual role intensifies scrutiny and amplifies emotional responses, making fans feel intimately involved in private turmoil. Audience judgment is inevitable, but it is also deeply engaged because the narrative blends authenticity with spectacle. Michael's alleged behavior also demonstrates patterns that have recurred in his relationship with Angela. Repeated cycles of reconciliation, promises, and subsequent betrayals highlight behavioral tendencies linked to loyalty conflicts, family expectations, and possibly fame-driven decision-making. Observers note that reality TV participants often navigate personal choices with an eye on career survival. The pressure to remain relevant, coupled with personal desires and external expectations, creates a tangled web of decisions that sometimes clash with moral or emotional boundaries. Angela's response, therefore, is not just about personal betrayal, but also about navigating a partner whose actions have career, cultural, and emotional implications. As the story unfolds, it becomes clear that no one involved is operating in a vacuum, and the next revelation may shock even the most dedicated fans. Angela's social media activity hints at further drama on the horizon. Every post, like, and story seems calculated to keep fans engaged, while also expressing her personal turmoil. Followers have speculated that some posts are teasers for future legal developments or upcoming interviews, meaning that the narrative is far from over. The suspense keeps audiences glued to her accounts, analyzing every word and reaction. This ongoing engagement also fuels discussion in fan communities, where debates about morality, loyalty, and fame-driven behavior rage daily. The combination of raw emotion and strategic timing ensures that Angela remains at the center of the franchise, regardless of the legal outcome. Emotional fallout isn't limited to the central couple. Friends, co-stars, and fans alike weigh in, adding layers of interpretation and speculation. Some applaud Angela for taking a stand, while others question her motives or criticize public airing of grievances. This mix of support and scrutiny creates an ecosystem where every reaction feeds the next, amplifying tension and prolonging public attention. Fans are drawn into this emotional web, experiencing a mixture of suspense, anger, and empathy as they follow developments. Just when you think the story has peaked, Angela's latest statement drops another emotional bomb, leaving viewers wondering what she will do next. Angela's emotional journey highlights a delicate balance between personal integrity and public persona. She has navigated years of televised drama with resilience, yet this latest scandal tests limits in unprecedented ways. Her tears, anger, and statements reveal someone processing deep betrayal while maintaining agency and control in a very public arena. At the same time, fans observe the strategic element. Her actions suggest awareness of the franchise's attention economy, a subtle acknowledgement that drama, when managed correctly, sustains relevance and opportunity. Michael's cultural context, repeated behavioral patterns, and alleged second marriage complicate straightforward judgments. Fans are forced to wrestle with mixed emotions, outrage, empathy, confusion, and curiosity all at once. The emotional stakes are high because this is more than a story about two individuals. It's a public case study in trust, loyalty, and the consequences of fame-driven decisions. Angela's choices in response, both emotional and legal, define not only her narrative, but also the boundaries of what viewers expect from reality TV stars. As the legal drama unfolds and social media reacts, it's impossible to predict which way the story will turn next, keeping fans on edge and glued to every update. Throughout this turbulent period, Angela demonstrates a pattern of emotional intelligence layered with instinctive media savvy. She expresses pain authentically while controlling the narrative in ways that protect her image and engage viewers. This duality is part of what makes her story so compelling, raw emotion paired with strategic visibility. Fans feel the heartbreak and betrayal, but also witness the power and resilience of someone navigating one of the most public and intense reality TV scandals in recent memory. Every twist in this saga fuels speculation, debates, and strong emotional responses. Angela's lawsuit and Michael's alleged explanations are only part of the puzzle. Observers are left wondering about unspoken motivations, future confrontations, and the ultimate fallout for both parties. This mix of public exposure, legal consequences, and emotional turbulence creates a story that is as unpredictable as it is captivating. Angela's next move could redefine reality TV drama forever, and fans are watching every second to see how the next chapter unfolds. The interplay of emotion, legality, fame, and audience engagement ensures that this story stays far from over. As Angela navigates heartbreak, public scrutiny, and strategic considerations, every post and statement carries weight. Fans are emotionally invested, speculating not just about outcomes, but about character, integrity, and the personal costs of life on camera. Angela's resilience, anger, and media-savvy instincts create a compelling narrative that keeps viewers on edge and craving more. Hinting at more drama, Angela's social media moves suggest the next revelation is closer than anyone expects. The moment Michael's alleged second marriage became public, social media exploded. Fans flooded Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok with theories, outrage, and support for Angela. Some couldn't believe he would betray her this way. Others were quick to point out that Angela's fiery reactions were part of her reality TV persona, arguing she knew how to play the public like a pro. Petitions appeared online, asking the franchise to intervene or give Angela her own spin-off. Comments ranged from heart-wrenching sympathy to sharp judgment, creating a whirlwind of opinions that made every fan feel like part of the drama. But just when it seemed like the social media storm would settle, a new leak hinted at even more complications for Angela and Michael. Angela herself didn't stay silent. Her Instagram and Facebook posts alternated between emotional honesty and strategic storytelling. One post showed her breaking down over betrayal. The next featured her making a sharp, witty comment about moving on. Fans notice the pattern. Angela is acutely aware that visibility keeps her relevant, but she also seems intent on controlling the narrative to her advantage. Her interactions with co-stars only added fuel to the fire. Every comment, like, or story became a calculated move in a game of reality TV survival, reminding viewers that she's not just reacting emotionally, she's navigating fame under extreme pressure. Fans speculated endlessly. Could her next post reveal legal developments or personal confrontations? Meanwhile, Jasmine Panita's storyline began to intersect in fascinating ways. Unlike Angela, Jasmine navigated open relationships, unplanned pregnancy, and highly publicized conflicts with her partner. Social media divided along the usual lines. Some fans applauded her honesty and independence, while others criticized her choices and questioned her stability. The contrast between Angela's betrayal and Jasmine's non-traditional relationship structure highlighted recurring themes in the franchise: trust, personal boundaries, and the fine line between authenticity and performative drama. Fans asked themselves repeatedly, would you stay if you were in Angela's place, confronted with such a shocking betrayal? And while these debates raged online, the franchise itself quietly adjusted storylines to reflect the controversies, keeping viewers guessing. Angela's attempts at a comeback were equally scrutinized. Interviews, live streams, and strategic social media posts were dissected by fans. Every emotional outburst was measured against her public image, her past behaviors, and the expectations of reality TV audiences. She had to balance being relatable with maintaining authority over her narrative. Every misstep, real or perceived, became content fodder. Her strategy seemed to be a blend of honesty, vulnerability, and subtle reminders that she was still a central figure in the franchise. This delicate balancing act kept fans glued to her channels, analyzing every word for hints of the next twist. And just as the audience thought they understood Angela's approach, a comment from a co-star sparked fresh controversy. The dynamics of betrayal and public image in the franchise can't be overstated. Reality TV thrives on high-stakes personal conflict, and Angela's saga exemplifies how personal pain intersects with strategic presentation. Michael's alleged actions not only destabilized their marriage, but also threatened to alter the way fans perceive the 90-Day Fiance brand. The narrative demonstrates that the stakes extend beyond individual relationships. Trust, loyalty, and emotional exposure are currency in the reality TV world, and the way participants manage these elements affects audience retention, fan engagement, and ultimately, franchise longevity. As debates raged online, insiders hinted at potential surprises in upcoming episodes, keeping speculation alive. Fan communities became active arenas of debate. Some groups championed Angela as a victim of deception and betrayal, praising her resilience and emotional transparency. Others critiqued her public handling of the situation, suggesting she was capitalizing on the drama to boost fame. Meanwhile, petitions and polls circulated, questioning whether Michael should remain in the franchise or whether Angela deserved a dedicated spin-off. These interactions created a feedback loop. Fan engagement shaped network responses, social media amplified opinions, and each twist fed the next wave of discussion. The power of the audience in influencing storylines became clear. And while fans debated loyalties and morality, insiders hinted that unseen conflicts were simmering behind the scenes. The contrast between Angela and Jasmine provided a fascinating lens into franchise survival tactics. Angela's approach was rooted in controlling perception after betrayal. Jasmine, on the other hand, navigated unconventional choices, testing fan tolerance for lifestyle deviations. Both storylines reveal that public perception can make or break a reality TV star. Betrayal, loyalty, and emotional transparency are not just personal experiences. They are tools for survival in a media ecosystem that rewards drama and punishes perceived weakness. Just when fans thought they had picked a side, another revelation blurred the lines between right and wrong. The consequences for the franchise were significant. Long-term viewers questioned whether the show encouraged destructive behavior, while newcomers were drawn in by the high-stakes drama. Angela's emotional journey, combined with Michael's alleged deceit, challenged the franchise's ability to balance entertainment with authenticity. Social media amplified every argument, emotional outburst, and strategic move. These public reactions didn't just affect Angela and Michael, they rippled across co-stars, spin-offs, and viewer perceptions. The brand's reputation hinges on sustaining engagement, but the line between scandal and storytelling remains fragile. As fan debates intensified, the possibility of further unexpected twists became almost certain. Angela's social media strategy remained pivotal. Each post acted as a signal to fans, whether expressing grief, issuing a subtle warning, or teasing future developments. Fans dissected emojis, captions, and the timing of uploads for hidden messages. This engagement highlights how reality TV stars manipulate digital platforms to maintain relevance while responding to deeply personal situations. Every interaction becomes both a storytelling device and a survival tactic, demonstrating the complexity of fame in the 21st century. And as viewers analyzed every move, rumors surfaced of upcoming revelations that could challenge all previous assumptions. Jasmine's storyline provided a parallel narrative that added depth to fan discussions. Open relationships, pregnancy, and disputes over commitment highlighted recurring challenges in the franchise, how to balance personal desires with public perception. Fans debated whether Jasmine's choices represented empowerment or instability, mirroring the questions raised by Angela's situation. The overlap between personal freedom, loyalty, and strategic behavior created multiple layers of drama, keeping audiences emotionally invested while questioning their own judgments. As social media buzzed with fan theories, insiders teased yet another unexpected twist that would intersect both storylines. Angela's evolving public image emphasized resilience and calculated exposure. Fans observed her navigating heartbreak, anger, and public scrutiny with an intensity that kept her central in franchise discussions. Each emotional revelation was paired with strategic storytelling, posts hinting at legal outcomes, confrontations, or future appearances. This duality, authentic emotion coupled with media awareness, sustained fan interest and maintained narrative momentum. Every revelation became a point of discussion, every reaction a potential storyline, ensuring that engagement remained high across platforms. And just when the audience thought they had a full picture, new reports hinted at further behind-the-scenes drama. As the franchise grappled with these developments, the stakes for viewer perception became clear. Angela and Michael's saga illustrated the fragility of trust, the impact of betrayal, and the power of public narrative. Fan reactions, whether petitions, comments, or heated debates, shaped the story in real time, influencing editing decisions, episode focus, and promotional strategies. Social media amplified every emotional beat, creating a cycle where drama fueled engagement and engagement fueled more drama. The franchise depended on this delicate balance, where personal conflict and audience perception intertwined to maintain relevance. As fans continue to weigh in and speculate, the possibility of explosive new revelations grows by the day. Ultimately, the interplay between Angela's comeback, Michael's alleged actions, Jasmine's storyline, and fan reactions paints a picture of a franchise in constant motion. Betrayal, loyalty, public image, and social media strategy are all critical elements shaping the narrative. The audience becomes both witness and participant, influencing outcomes while experiencing the emotional highs and lows of the stars they follow. Every post, comment, and tweet extends the story, making viewers part of the ongoing drama. And as the saga unfolds, it's clear that the next chapter could redefine what fans expect from 90 Day Fiance, leaving everyone on the edge of their seats. The intensity of fan debates, the stakes of public image, and the unpredictable behavior of reality TV stars create an ecosystem where the story never truly ends. Angela's responses, Michael's alleged decisions, and Jasmine's personal choices all converge to maintain suspense, engagement, and emotional investment. Social media ensures that every reaction is magnified, every twist dissected, and every conflict prolonged. This interplay between behavior, perception, and audience involvement solidifies the franchise's enduring appeal while keeping fans deeply invested. Fans continue to speculate, discuss, and predict, making the next set of revelations almost impossible to ignore. The ongoing saga highlights the power of perception, emotional strategy, and media awareness in reality television.